Hey, it's Vas here from Metro Hobbies, and today we've got an exciting new product to show you. These are the new Maverick Quantum Plus Flux Edition brushless cars. These are a bit bigger than the standard Quantum cars. We're going to do some size comparisons. We're going to show you what these guys are all about. So let's get into it. So with all these Quantum ready-to-run cars, of course, you get a remote to go with it. The remote's actually pretty good. There's no collapsible antennas to break off. They run on 4 AA's, and they have all the necessary throttle and steering trims, as well as a steering dual rate on the front here. Underneath here, there's also a speed limiter switch. So there's one to go forward and one to go back. So if the car's going a bit too quick for you, you can actually turn the top speed straight down. There's also a bind button in there, and of course your usual reverse switches for you to reverse your channels. So really nice handheld radio. Now for the car itself, as you can see, they do come in 2 different colors. I've got the blue one here, which we're going to be taking a look at. The body itself is actually not too bad. Of course, it's just screen printed. I do like the styling. It's got a very aggressive sort of spotty look to it. So very impressed with the body so far. And then underneath, you will see that it actually looks quite different from the standard Quantum cars that we've been selling for quite a while. And then underneath the chassis, you'll see that it's all flat. So it doesn't have that raised chassis that the standard Quantum cars have. So they've actually changed quite a few things here, and we'll go through it very quickly. So there's no wheelie bar on this one, but you do, however, have a nice rear bumper here that's going to protect the wing mount. For those of you who are worried about breaking off the wing mount, that bumper is going to actually take a lot of the impact. But the bumper itself has the provisions for you to put that wheelie bar on there. So if you really do want to have that on there, you can actually buy that separately and attach that to the rear of the car. Now going back on the inside, we have the motor that's now been flipped around and faces towards the center of the car. There's also a center diff where the previous cars didn't have a center diff. You have a more beefier ESC. So this one here, I think is about 100 amp, or yeah, it's 100 amp for this one. And then of course you've got the same receiver box as before. The antenna that sort of dangles here, you'll need to attach an antenna tube which comes in the box as well. So make sure you attach that. You can push the antenna back into the receiver box a little bit so it's nice and short, and just put your antenna tube on there. You have new chassis braces front and rear, which is obviously going to help stiffen the chassis up a little bit. The servo is also laying down, and it's a lot more easier to access than the previous model. So maintenance on this should be a lot easier on these cars. But pretty much the front and rear of the car, so the front A-arms and rear A-arm assembly is a straight carryover from the standard Quantums. The wheels and tyres are obviously quite different. The tread on these tyres actually looks pretty good. I do like the feel of the rubber and everything, and the wheels have a really nice offset. They look really beefy, so really impressed with it. Suspension wise, it doesn't feel too bad. It looks as though HPI or Maverick have actually been doing some suspension tuning, so a little bit better than the original Quantums when we first got those in. So nice to see that they've made some slight changes there. And that is pretty much everything that you sort of need to know about these guys. Very beefy looking cars. I really like the chassis design and the clean, smooth surface that they've got underneath now, so they're less likely to get snagged when you're going over some rough terrain and so forth. So yeah, that is the Quantum Plus, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to taking one of these out myself and giving it a burn and see how it goes. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up this video for the Quantum Plus XT. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and check out the video description for more information on both of these cars, as well as links to where you can purchase them here at Metro Hobbies. We'll also have links in there to the Maverick website where you can have a look at these cars in a little bit more detail and check out some of the details there. That is it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll be speaking to you all next time.